Hey guys, what's up? Arkham Knight here, and bringing you a review of the Friday the 13th, 1980 version. A little late with this review because I'm trying to do, starting, well, as of right now, all the way to the reboot of every Friday leading up to the release of the documentary of Crystal Lake Memories. Supposed to be out Friday, but it's Sunday. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little late. I actually did have a review up on Friday, but when I watched it, it just seemed rushed and half-assed, and plus I didn't review it the way I wanted. So, but yeah, I had to redo it, so sorry about that, but I think I got things straightened out now. But this is not going to be really in-depth because there is a way I want to review these films, but I need point of view, like showing you clips from the film and that kind of stuff and commentate over it. And I don't have the equipment to do any of that. I don't have a computer. I'm using an iPhone. So just letting you know up front, this is not going to be very in-depth. It's just me going to be saying, you know, I guess the same things you hear everywhere else. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoy this review. And I'm sorry if you can't hear me. I have to keep my voice now. My wife's asleep back there. This is the only time I can actually do a review. But anyway, but yeah, talking about a little film, Friday the 13th, 1980, directed by Sean Cunningham, written by Victor Miller. Um, what on earth could I say that's not any different compared to everybody else's review? Except for it's a solid horror slasher film. Uh, it's played as a murder mystery. Now, by the way, I'm going to spoil all these movies, so I should have said that at the beginning. Spoilers in this and everything else, okay? But spoilers, so if you don't want to know what happens in this, turn it off and come back when you watch it. It plays as a murder mystery and cheats. You don't find out who the killer is or the suspect until like what 5 to 10 minutes left of the movie at the very end, and that's bullshit. That's the main complaint I have with this film. I think everybody else too. That says it kind of cheats as a murder mystery, but it's a fun little film. I mean, you kind of forgive it, but yeah, that's the only really complaint. And plus, I'm not a big fan of the cast in this movie, except for like Adrian King and Kevin Bacon and Betsy Palmer. Those obviously I like very much, but everybody else, like there's a jokey guy, he's alright, and there's another one that I just keep forgetting he's in the film. When he shows up on screen, I'm just like, who the hell is this guy? Oh, he's still alive. So, I'm not a big fan of the cast in this, the group of kids, or if you want to put it that way. But still, I really enjoy the movie. It's not my absolute go-tos every Friday the 13th. Now, it's actually reached to the point I watch it at least once a year. But when I'm talking about when I, like, man, I feel like watching it, you know, let's just face it, I'm wanting to watch a Jason movie. I, go for the other ones. But every once in a while, at least once a year, I'll put this in. And, but I guess it just depends if you grew up on it or something. I didn't grow up on this movie. But, but yeah, it's a fun little slasher flick, and it does cheat, and I did notice this played as a murder mystery at least, I don't know, like 3 or 4 years ago, because when I first got introduced to Friday the 13th, I've seen the Jason movies, and, I never watched this one until later, and then I guess through flashbacks in the movie or just pop culture of knowing who the killer is in the first one, I kind of already knew, and when I watched it, I guess I was just like, it doesn't have Jason in it. And I just didn't care. And another reason, it was actually scaring me too much, and I couldn't watch it as much as a child until much older. I think I know, as an adult, I appreciated it a little bit more. But never hated the movie or anything like that. But I didn't realize it played as a murder mystery until at least 3 to 4 years ago, because I know who the killer is. But paying close attention, everything from like the killer's driving a Jeep, and Steve Christie, the owner of the campground's driving a Jeep. Uh, Crazy Ralph has black pants and thin legs, and then the part where I think her character's name's Annie, that gets killed in the very beginning. The killer's wearing black pants and thin legs. There's even a scene where there's a decapitation of a snake in the film, and one of the counselors comes in there and swings the machete, and the camera lingers on him. He's just doing this little. But that's just when I realized, oh wow, it's playing as a murder mystery, but I just never paid that close attention to it. I mean, I'm sure back then, yes, it was a murder mystery, but that's just when I realized it. I'm not saying I discovered it. you know? Um, and there's one little interesting thing that I'm probably stretching with this. Knowing what the knowledge of who the killer is in this movie, and knowing her motives. The scene where all the kids are swimming together, and the killer's out in the distance behind a bush watching them, creepy. Um, the scene where the jokester pretends to drown, but everybody thinks he's drowning, and everybody's flocking to him. There's like people diving in there, people on a freaking canoe to go after him. One person on the shore getting a life, what do you call it, lifesaver, life preserver, whatever, the buoys. Forgive me. Just knowing what the killer's motives and everything, I'm just wondering for a second, what was the killer, Mrs. Voorhees, thinking? Seeing that person drown and her son drowning, and saying, wow, look at all these kids going after him. Maybe they're not bad counselors. I can't help but wonder that. And then, of course, the guy's joking, and I can't wonder if Mrs. Voorhees got super freaking pissed. And I think that's the reason why he was the first one on the campsite to get killed. I know Annie got killed in the beginning, and we're supposed to believe she was the lead or whatever, and she gets killed off, and thank God, because she was my least favorite person on there. She had some horrible acting skills. But that's just what I noticed. I know I'm probably stretching with that, but I just thought that was interesting, seeing a person drown and they're going after them. I wonder if Mrs. Voorhees was, maybe I misjudged these kids, and of course, she's like, no, you're going to die. But I'm probably just stretching with that. But there's really not much else I could say about this movie. It's just a solid little slasher film, and of course it spawned a bunch of movies like The Prowler, My Bloody Valentine, The Burning, all kind of stuff. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and just leave you with this. Leave you out here with this, and go watch the movie if you haven't seen it. Where the hell have you been, and why are you watching this video? So. But anyway, guys, stay tuned. Next Friday, I promise I will have everything up on time this time. And I'm just, it was kind of hectic for me. I had a place picked out where I want to do my review, and it's cluttered, and this is not the place I want to do it. But I just say, it's been 2 days. I got to do it. So I'm sorry for the poor quality and the background. It's not how I wanted to do it, but I had to bring this review up here so I can sleep at night, because I just can't help but thinking I'm late, and I hate being late. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for checking out this review. Please stay tuned for next Friday. I'll be doing Friday the 13th Part 2, and I hope you guys will join me on this every Friday, we're seeing these films leading up to the release of Crystal Lake Memories, the documentary. Anyway, guys, I'm Mark.